Hello, everyone. Let me see if I can get it up. It looks like I'm in the right direction today. Yay! There we go. And I see myself. That is awesome. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Deb. Yeah, you see the whole room today. And I would like to actually say this. My room is actually clean right now. It doesn't happen very often that it's this clean, but it's actually organized and clean, and things are put away and in the closet where they're supposed to be. And up here, I've cleaned everything out. I was getting ready for an event this past weekend, and I shoved a whole bunch of stuff in so I could get things out the door and sold. So let me put some chapstick on because my lips are so dry from the massive winds that I was in all weekend. I feel like I have gone through a whole tube of chapstick this weekend. Okay, so what is this clean you speak of? I don't know, give it another day, because I start cutting, Kathy, for all those tutorials you're getting ready to review. I am starting cutting those tonight, so it won't be clean after tonight. I promise. So, and Nancy said, yeah, I can see you don't want to hear about it. And again, I won't be there for very long. I promise. Oh, Deb, no, we're not going to talk about the inside of my car right now. I got home yesterday from the event and I was so tired. Sundays are usually pretty slow for me. Everybody who comes to see me, to come to buy and all of that, they typically come on Saturdays. So Saturdays I'm usually pretty busy. Sundays I'm usually a little slower. And I was a little slower yesterday, but when you're slow, it's like time drags on. And so by the time I got home, I was so tired. So everything is still loaded in my car. As soon as I get done with the live, guess where I'm headed? And thankfully, the husband allows me to have a room that's on the other side of our house as my storage. So all of that will actually be dumped on the shelves in there. So it won't be coming in here. It'll be going to the other room. Yeah, I did, Sharon. I took everything with me. And speaking of that, this is the last week of March, and I don't have the printout. I don't know what I did with the printout, but it's somewhere in my chaos from over the weekend. But there is a huge sales incentive for demonstrators next month. So in that being the case, I would like to hit it. And I am going to do a couple things in order to hit it. First one is I'm going to do a BOGO sale, probably the second or third weekend in April. So make sure you watch your emails for that. The other thing is I have a celebration class that I have prepared. It is using the Seagulls stamp set. And so I will be selling that. It will come with products, so that will help with reaching that goal. And then I'm also going to give tickets for people who purchase. So I haven't worked out the full details on that, but I'll have an email that'll come out later this week. And that email will let you know exactly what you need to spend in order to get a ticket. And what that ticket is going to entitle you to is a new bundle from the new annual catalog that comes out in May. So it will, with any order that's placed in May, I will send you the bundle and I'll tell you what the cost is, like what you can get up to. So, and then you can actually put it toward whatever. It's really going to be like a gift card. So just be checking your emails. All that's going to be coming out in the next few days. I'm typing on that email. So I just need to make sure I word everything right. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Yes, I hope so, because I really would like to meet this goal. And then I'm going to actually do something with that sales incentive too for my team. So be on the lookout for that. you'll have a specific email for yourself. So, all right, let's go ahead and get diving into our projects for tonight. We're going to be using paper pumpkin. Yay! Y'all know I love getting the paper pumpkin every single month. And this month is kind of a little bit of a fancier kit as far as looks go. So I'm going to share what those cards look like. That's what the back of that one looks like, which is so pretty. And then this one here. And then there's this one. And it really inspired me with the fancy look of them to do a little bit fancier cards. They don't necessarily take long. It's just they are fancier and outside of my box. So we're going to see how it works. Sometimes I mess up royally when I step outside my box, but we're going to see. So we are going to get started. I'm going to put you guys down onto the table and we will move along. Let me reach up here and grab the phone. Let's see if I can not disconnect myself. There we go. And excuse the nose. I always have allergy problems, but being in the pollen and wind all weekend, I'm really getting it. Okay, let's see. I think there we go, straightened it out. All right. So first, let me show you. So those were the cards. These are what this is what the stamp set looks like. So there's actually two. This is the one that goes along with the stamp, with the actual kit itself. This is an extra free one. Because in the month of March, they always give us a free little stamp set. I think it goes like this. There we go. That says hello, and then you've got happy birthday. And then this is that one there. And we're going to use that sentiment. This one says sweetest birthday wishes, which I'm going to have to say the sentiments in this one are good. And sadly, I have no more kits left. I always get a couple extra ones and they are all gone. I guess when Stampin' Up and everybody started posting it, I have none left. They are all going out the door tomorrow, which is a good thing, which is a very good thing. But I can get you a refill kit. It just doesn't come with the ink spot and it doesn't come with this stamp set. So if you would like that, just let me know and I can of course get those ordered for you. Okay. Card number 1. So I really wanted to use this here. And so I kind of started looking at cards I've done in the past and whatever else. And I had one that I had just this bottom layer with, and so what I've done with this one is added another layer and then added that with the sentiment. Now there is a blog post, just as a quick thing for you. On the blog post I did put this as basic white paper, but it's actually one of the card bases. But I did basic white because if you don't have the actual kit itself and you want to recreate it, you can use either very vanilla or basic white, but I would do basic white with the card base being the basic white as well, and the flowers. Okay, so let's get started with that one. And we're going to use some of my favorite stuff, some linen thread, and that one is colors. Oh, while I get this set up, make sure that you comment, like, and share. That always helps with my little business. So I greatly appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Deborah, I haven't called you that in forever. Thank you, Deb. This is probably the least fancy one. So this one was kind of a more simpler one for me today. I don't know. I just got to working on them and I was like, oh, fancy. And I'm going to tell you, fancy does take forever for me. It took me a while to put these together. Because, of course, I had to stop and I had to think. And I was like, oh, how am I going to make that work? And, yeah. So such is the way I work sometimes, right? Okay, so we've got crumb cake and early espresso. We're just gonna attach the crumb cake right to the early espresso. And I have all new, there it goes. I have all new seal. And so I got to get it started there. But I made sure I had seal on this table tonight before going live so I didn't have to use liquid glue. All right, this one is going to go flat down onto our card base. So we're just going to flip that over and attach the adhesive to our early espresso. And all of these layers have a little bit of, like a little bit of a border because I didn't want it to be like too overwhelming. Okay, then we've got a piece of copper clay and we're just going to attach that right across there. All this is still going to be flat. And I'm going to see how straight I can get it without using grid paper. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to stamp our sentiment right on here. And we're going to use that early espresso ink. And this says, "Thank you for always being there for me." And we're just going to stamp it up here at the top. I'm going to make sure I get it leveled. And there we go. A good thing about this font too is it's not perfectly straight. It's kind of wavy. So if you do get a little crooked, no one will ever know. ever, which is a good thing because I don't necessarily stamp all that straight. I guess it's a good thing it's all handmade, right? Because everybody will love it, even just because it's handmade. All right, so we're going to attach this to that early espresso again. And then this piece is going to get popped up. And I'm going to grab some scissors. I'm probably going to have to go grab some more dimensionals. But we're going to use these edges first. And I've got one regular one there. All right. And then we're going to add one there and there and there. All right, so we'll take the backs off. Maybe. There we go. And then we're going to stick this right on here. So it's just going to go in the center of the crumb cake. So focus on the center of that and not where the copper clay is per se. Okay, then we're going to add our garland. That's what I call it because I really feel like it's kind of, you know, garland that you would see at Christmas or, you know, any other time of the year. So I'm calling it the garland. And we are going to attach some dimensionals to it. We're going to see if we can do it with the regular ones. We're going to see how it works. Oh, that's going to do pretty good. Okay. You can add more if you would like. Now, you could technically do it like this if you wanted, but since I'm not adding two of them, I didn't feel like it would look right. It might be hanging down from something. I didn't really like that, so we're going to stick it this way. And the great thing is this can be manipulated just slightly because it's a little bit thinner with these leaves. So what I kind of did is a little bit of like an arch kind of thing. And then we are going to take the bee, which I have lost now. Of course I have. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now on this one, we do need to do a little mini dimensional. So we'll stick that right there in the center of the bee. And then we're just going to stick this kind of up here flying like that. And then we want our linen thread, our copper. We're going to do our copper clay so it'll match that cardstock in the background. We'll tie a little bow. And then once we do that, we're going to trim those tails off. Grab a glue dot. And then once we grab that, we're going to take this and we're going to stick it up underneath our flower. So you can go up as high as you want to. And I don't know why it's not moving. There we go. my glue dot got stuck. All right, and then last but not least, we want to add our embellishments. These are the metallic adhesive backed sequins. I think that's what they're called. Don't hold me to that. And we're gonna stick on these down here. All right, so we're gonna put one here. One, I can't remember where I put them. So I'm gonna look at the other card. And let's grab some little ones. Little one there. Little one there. Oh, let me get back down into the frame. Sorry about that. And then we want to add, we want to have an odd number, so then we're going to stick this one down here. Okay. And then there is card number 1. So again, that is the simple one. Not much cutting other than for your cardstock itself. That is definitely the simple one out of all of them tonight. All right. I'm dropping everything over here. Okay. All right, so we're going to take those and put those up there so that we can show them at the very end. I'm going to put those over there too as I cut off my light. Okay, next one. And we're going to use early espresso again. I just felt like that really showed the sunflowers. Not sunflowers. Daisies. It's called Daisy Daydream. They're daisies. They're not sunflowers. Woo! We all know I have an issue with flowers too, right? I love them, but they don't love me. Okay. Number 2. So this one, I really would have loved it to have like a scalloped edge, but I didn't have that. And I didn't really want a straight edge, but I wanted it to kind of showcase, because I decided not to put a sentiment on this one. So I really wanted to kind of showcase some paper. And to do that, I didn't really want it on the front. So this die right here, and we're going to cut it out together because I want to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and fold my card base in half. And then I'm going to move all those supplies so I don't lose them. I'm going to bring in my machine. And we are going to take, so this is going to be our front. It doesn't matter which side. You could do either side. And we're going to lay this flat onto our machine. We are going to take one of the cloud dies, the cloud edge dies from the Bright Skies. And we are going to lay it across the top, kind of like right about there. And kind of get it as straight as you can. It's not a big deal because it's not going to be perfect. And now what we're going to do is just run this through and cut it. And I'm only running this part through it because what I don't want to happen is, because I don't have a brand new set of plates, all the indentions that are made from my die cutting, I don't want it to run through and make the rest of the card have those indentions. So that's why I ran it through just to that cutting and then right back out. So it won't mess with the, I guess, integrity of the rest of the card base. That's not really the word, but you get it, right? At least I hope so. But that's why I did that way. I wanted to preserve it. All right. And then I went ahead, let me move this now. I don't think I have to cut out anything else on this one. Nope. Everything else is done. Okay. So we've got this now. And we are going to take a piece of basic beige. And on the front of the cardstock, we're just going to attach it as kind of like a line to kind of offset that curved scallops all there, the side clouds, and then it'll give us the rest of it. Now, I'm just laying this here right now because what I want to do before I move on with anything else is I want to stamp this big honeycomb image in the background, okay? And I'm going to stamp it right about here. So what I don't want to do is stamp on my actual piece there. So we're going to pull that back out and then stamp down. And I'm stamping it a little bit higher than I did on the sample because you can't really see it back there. So I'm moving it up a little bit. All right, now I'm going to attach this piece. And I got a little bit of adhesive on the edges there, over that edge. So let me just fold that back down. All right, and then we're going to attach this. And we're going to get it as straight as we can. It's not a huge deal if it's not perfectly straight. And then we're going to trim off that little edge like that. Okay. Now we can start putting the rest of it together. We're going to take our designer series paper and we're going to adhere it to the inside. And it's going to sit right here on the edge. So I'm going to line it up with the corner and then the top. And then we're going to run our way back down like that. And then you've got to have something on the inside to write with. So we have a little piece of basic white to do that. If you wanted to, you could even add a sentiment to this piece. I'm going to stick it all the way into that corner, give it just a little bit of a border so that when you close it, you cannot see the basic white, okay? All right, now let's build up our little jug here. Now, this jug is from the Country Flowers, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have not used this bundle, the dies, very much at all, which is really shocking because I love them. But I don't think I have made but maybe one card with that bundle. And I think I've only used the dies once before too. So my goal is to actually use that set coming up because I'm pretty sure it's retiring, which is going to make me sad that I didn't use it. So anyway, you're going to see it soon. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put some adhesive on the back, just a little bit right there at the top. And we're going to take and trim off that little edge right there. because we don't need it. And then we're going to attach our little daisies right here. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that this is there, but I also don't want it to look like it's kind of sticking out the side of that jug. So there we go. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is put some dimensionals on it. Actually, you know what we're going to do first? Hold on. We're going to stick this on it. That's what I didn't do. And I feel like I need to cut apparently another one of these. Hold on, I might have another one in the kit. Okay, so we're just gonna attach that right there. Oh, that's a different color, but you know what? It'll be all right. 2 colors is fine, right? This one's Old Olive, but it'll work. Okay, so then we're gonna put a little bit of adhesive right there, and then we're gonna attach this one. So it kind of all flows together, maybe. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna turn that over, and now we're gonna put dimensionals on the back. So we're gonna put a dimensional here, and dimensionals here, and there. Might have to grab out some mini ones. All right, I'm gonna put one there in the middle just because it's holding a whole bunch of stuff there. All right, let's put one here. And let's put one here. We're gonna cut this one in half. Right there. Okay. And I think we'll stick that one there. Okay, so now let's take all these backings off. And one more. Okay, then we're gonna take and put this one right here in the center of that beehive, like that. And then we've got this little flower here, so we're gonna put a little bit of adhesive on the back. We're gonna attach it right here. Like that. And then we've got the bee. I put a bee on every single project because you know what? You can't not. These bees are really cute. Okay, this is gonna go right here on the honeycomb. And then you're gonna notice that that adhesive is sticking to the honeycomb, but they're in the center for the bee. So then we're gonna attach that there, okay? Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take some linen thread. Move that card down a little bit. And grab a glue dot. And then we're gonna stick this up underneath that daisy there. And then ta-da! And I think it actually looks pretty good with the two-toned. So not too shabby. All right, so that is card number 2. Kathy. Yes, so I'm going to tell you that I ordered a refill for myself. And when I place my order tomorrow, I'm not placing it for the pre-order, by the way. I'm going to save my pre-order one for April the 1st. So that I can kind of help make that incentive too. But I have to place an order for a couple classes, and it's going to be on a 2-day delivery because I have a really cute idea for a scrapbook page using this too. So I had to, I had to buy another refill. I think I might have 2 refills in my cart just because I might be a little obsessed with this one. I think this is a really good one for sure. Yes, that's right, Deb. There's the linen thread. I can't go without using linen thread. I think I use it every live, don't I? Okay, last but not least, this one. This is what I'm calling the honeycomb wreath. So, oh, thank you, Nancy. Thank you, thank you. This is what I'm calling the honeycomb wreath because you've got the honeycombs down here. You could also use, if you wanted, the card like this that has all the honeycombs on the back. You could use that too if you wanted. But I have particularly used this one because this piece here has the circle already there. And so I thought, hey, I can create my wreath around the circle using this piece. Okay, so first what I want to do is we're going to cut off these rigid edges. Now it's kind of what we used to have the deckled rectangles. That's kind of what it is. But when I put it, and let me show you, before we cut it, I want to just show you why we're cutting it down. Okay, and hold on just a second. I feel like I need to sneeze. I feel like one's coming. Okay. If you stick this on here, it really goes to the edges and pretty close to it. So I kind of wanted it to go down just a little bit from that. So we're going to trim off those edges. And we're just going to grab our cutter here. And what I'm going to do is just come right along here. Actually, we're going to do this side. And we're literally just going to trim off a very tiny edge. Okay, because this is pretty close to that edge there. Then we're going to turn it around and we're going to cut this here. We need some smooth edges. That's what we need. Okay. So now I can turn this back here and we're going to cut it down to 3 3/4. Okay. And then we're going to come down here, but I cut off just the tiny strips on the sections that don't have a lot of room. And then this is going to be by 5, like that. Okay, so that's going to be our piece now. And then let me set this over here so I can look at it while I do this. All right, we've got all the pieces. Get our little bee. All right, so now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start our creation of the wreath. I cut all these out using adhesive sheets on the back so I don't have to do glue. And then we're just gonna kind of set them a lot like, actually we're gonna do it this way. Kind of like that, okay? And then we're gonna take one of our, I might do things a little differently on this one. We're gonna take one of our daisies. We're gonna put some adhesive dimensionals on it. All right, we're gonna grab mini ones too. I think the mini ones will work really well for the rest of this project. All right, so then we're gonna take those backs off. And then we're gonna adhere it. Well, let's see, let's go this way, right here. Okay. Then we're gonna take another one. And, oh, I might need to, I'm gonna have to probably cut another one. That'll be all right. This one is gonna stick right here. I'm going to see if we can make it work. Like that. Let's do the big one. So we're going to take and I'm just going to put a couple of them there as well. And then let's stick that there. All right, so these are going to come off. The little dimensionals are a little harder for me to get the backings off of with my fat little fingers. Okay, so then this is going to set right about here, like that. And we're going to go ahead and take this one here, and we'll put dimensionals on it. I think that'll work. And then we'll stick this one on over here like this. Okay, now we're going to take this one, we're going to cut it in half. And we're going to see how we can make this work without me having to go cut another one. Okay. We'll take off that adhesive backing. Oops. We're going to stick this right here like that. We're going to stick this one there. So let's grab some more dimensionals. And let's grab one more and do it over here. There we go. And then stick this one right about here. And then we are going to have to cut one more, but it'll be all right. I'll go get the paper because I still had some more left. And I'll show you how I cut those out. All right. All right, so this one we're going to stick this one up under like that. There we go. Okay, all right, let me go grab the paper and then grab the machine. Okay. I thought I had cut out an extra one, but apparently not. So on the back of it, I have the adhesive sheet there. So it just turns it right into a sticker. And then when we cut it out, we just want to make sure that we run it through. We're going to run it through this way, and then we're going to come right back through just to make sure that it cut all the way through that adhesive. And when you take it out, you can see if it did cut by the back of it. All right, then we'll move this back out the way. And we'll pull this in. And let me use my scissors to poke it right on out. And we'll take off that backing. And then we're going to lay this one just kind of like this. And then what will happen is we'll flip our flower over, put dimensionals on it, and let's do 2 more. Yep. Okay. And then we'll stick this one right here. We'll stick some of it up underneath. It needs to go like this. Let's put it in the right direction. Okay, there we go. All right, next thing we're gonna do is our sentiment. And we are going to heat emboss that. Let me put all these little pieces in there. Get the trash out. Okay, so we're gonna heat emboss. I've got our embossing buddy. Just kind of give that a rub. We'll take our sentiment that says happy birthday. Hold on. Okay. Happy birthday. We're going to stamp that down in the center like that. And we're going to grab our gold powder here. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to do it one more time. All right. Okay. And then we're going to heat it up. So if you don't like loud noises, turn your volume down. And we will get this melted. I first start out with just kind of getting it hot. And then once it gets hot on the skin, then I put it toward, let me see if I can actually, I don't know if it'll focus. It might not focus that close. But it'll start to heat up and then it'll become shiny. All right. Okay, and then we're gonna take our piece here. We've got some of this gold twisted thread or twine, I'm not sure what they call this. And you'll just attach it like that. Cut off the end. We're gonna grab a glue dot. We're gonna stick this in the center. My wreath is kind of oblong on this one, but it's okay. It's okay. Nobody's gonna notice, right? Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach some dimensionals. So I'm just gonna trim the edges so that I have a little bit bigger here. And we're gonna stick one right here on this side. And then we're gonna stick one right here on this side. Then we're gonna attach this right there to the center. Ta-da. We are gonna take our little bee, put the dimensional on, and then we're gonna stick our little bee right here in between those two flowers. Next, we're gonna take and attach our whole card, or our top card layer to our card base. So we're gonna add some dimensionals. And this one I'm just gonna kind of lay right there. And then let's do 2 and 3. All right. And then once we get all these off, we will put that down on this very vanilla cardstock. And then, ta-da, there we go. There is the last card. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight. All the products that I used outside of the kit all can be found on the blog post, which is on my website at simplyelizabethcrafts.com. Don't forget that you can get these projects mailed to you. I do have enough products left in order to do the regular people who order for this week of the paper pumpkin. So I will mail those kits out next week to you. If you order this week, you do have to order $35 before tax and shipping, and then this will be mailed to you to put together. I don't do the stamping, but I will send you all the pieces that you need in order to put it together. All right, everyone, thank you again for joining me. I will see you next Tuesday. Next Monday will be church women's meeting for me, so I will see you next Tuesday. And if you have any questions, certainly reach out and let me know. And see you next time. Bye.